Oh, I know it's small thing they happen for Nigeria. Jungle don't mature. Bushmeat is fighting the hunter seriously. Not be small begin. For the first time in my life, right? As in Nigeria, and I see where somebody attack EFCC before EFCC attack am. Sanwo-olu has sued the EFCC. He say EFCC dey plan to arrest am after he comot office. This comot office we dey tell you so that 2027 o, no be today. Abi wetin I talk? That's why in 2023, 2023, 2024, 2024, 2025, 2025, 2026, 2027. The arrest wey dem wan arrest am 2027, Baba don dey sue EFCC down now. Say make dem no try am. Say make dem no think am. He say he don hear. Say political oppositions don dey plan with EFCC. They are planning to arrest him after he leaves office. They are planning to arrest some of his aides. In fact, they don already threaten those ones already. They don dey question those aides already to give them information about the governor wey dem fit use later. They are planning to freeze accounts of his family members, seize their passports so that they cannot travel, arrest some of them. Then him, when he leave office, they'll come seize his own passport, go arrest am, go freeze some of his account and seize some of his properties. So he's telling the court that the court will warn EFCC not to try it. That number one, based on the fact that he's a sitting governor, nobody can arrest him now. One. Secondly, when he leaves office, that they should not try him. They should not seize his passport. They should not seize his property. They should not freeze his account. In fact, they should not disturb his fundamental rights as a human being in this country. Let me show you this news. Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-olu has sued the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission (EFCC) over alleged threats to arrest, detain, and prosecute him after his tenure as governor. Sanwo-olu, through his lawyer Dalitin Ozurumba, filed the fundamental right enforcement suit before Justice Joyce Abdulmalik of a federal high court in Abuja. When the matter was called for mention on Tuesday, Ozurumba informed the court that he had withdrawn the earlier originating summons filed and replaced it with a new one. The lawyer said the anti-graft agency had been duly served with the latest court document. However, EFCC's counsel Adiza Afegboa said she was yet to see the document. Besides, the proof of service of the processes was not in the court file, and Justice Abdulmalik adjourned the matter until November 11 for further mention. The News Agency of Nigeria reports that in the originating summons marked FHC ABJ, dated and filed on June 6, the governor raised 7 questions and sought 11 reliefs. Sanwo-olu sought a declaration that under and by virtue of the provisions of Section 37 of the 1999 Constitution, the plaintiff, as a citizen of Nigeria, is entitled to right to private and family life as a minimum guarantee encapsulated under the Constitution of the Republic of Nigeria 1999 before, during, and after occupation of public office created by the Constitution. He wants the court to declare that under and by virtue of the provisions of Section 43 and 44, subsection 1 of the 1999 Constitution, he is entitled to acquire, own, operate, and manage both movable and immovable properties. This, he said, include bank accounts as a minimum guarantee encapsulated under the Constitution either before, during, and after leaving public office of governor of a state. He also wants the court to declare that upon community reading of the provisions of Section 35, subsection 1 and subsection 4 and subsection 41, subsection 1 of the Constitution, the threat of his investigation, arrest, and detention by the EFCC during his tenure of office as governor is illegal. He also said that the plan to arrest him was unconstitutional and a flagrant violation of his fundamental right to personal liberty and freedom of movement as guaranteed under Section 35, subsection 1 and subsection 4 and Section 41, subsection 1 of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, 1999, as amended. The governor prayed the court to declare that the incessant harassment, threats of arrest, and detention against him upon the EFCC's instigation by his political adversaries based on false and politically motivated allegation of corruption is a misuse of executive powers and abuse of public office. He further wants the court to declare it as an unwarranted interference with his fundamental right to personal liberty, freedom of movement, fair hearing, and equal protection of the law as guaranteed by the Constitution and the African Charter on Human and People's Rights, CAPA 9 LFN 2004. Sanwo-olu therefore sought an order restraining the EFCC from harassing, intimidating, arresting, detaining, interrogating, or prosecuting him in connection with his tenure as the governor of Lagos State. He also prayed the court to make an order prohibiting and restraining the commission from seizing the properties, the international passport, and travel documents of the plaintiff, or freezing the bank accounts of the plaintiff, his family members, or in any other way to further breach the plaintiff's fundamental rights guaranteed under the Constitution. He urged the court to make an order restraining the EFCC from inviting, arresting, or detaining him in connection with his tenure as governor of the state, or breach his fundamental rights to personal liberty, fair hearing, private and family life, freedom of movement, acquisition of movable and immovable properties as enshrined in the laws. In the affidavit in support of the originating summons deposed by Martha Kanu, a litigation secretary in the law firm, the lawyer said she was informed the facts by the governor at a teleconference meeting which she believed to be true. She alleged that as a way of getting at the governor, the FCC was now making surreptitious plan to arrest some of his aides and family members based on the false and spurious allegation of diversion of funds. She said the officials of the commission were now mounting pressure on some of the aides of the governor to come and make incriminating statements against him. According to her, in a malicious attempt to get at the plaintiff, some of the plaintiff's political adversaries, in conjunction with some of the officials of the defendant, are falsely ascribing to his administration of corrupt practices which are non-existent. She alleged that the EFCC, through some of its officials, were desperately inventing false spurious and malicious allegations against the governor in order to use same as a basis for investigating, arresting, and prosecuting him after leaving office as governor. News Agency of Nigeria reports that Sanwo-olu was sworn in as the governor of Lagos State on the 29th of May 2019 and was re-elected and sworn in again for his second term on May 29th, 2023. You see, I like Sanwo-olu, you understand? I love Sanwo-olu. I for like join and fight EFCC. Well, this is our family matter. Because from the look of things, Baba Sheyi, that is President Tinubu, name his father, EFCC na one of the sons. Sanwo-olu is another son, you understand? So wetin make two brothers dey quarrel? And Papa dey alive, Baba Maba Pari last, make dem not disturb us. This matter is a family matter, may not concern us, but wow. You have been in office for 4 or 5 years. At the end of your 8 years tenure, it's only legal that the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission look into your books to find out if you siphon any funds when you do office. But the new one wey dey really nice that people dey go tell court, say make court tell EFCC, say make EFCC not look into their matter. I don't understand it. If your hands are clean, why are you running? They say who they bite is not the one make this touch am. If your hands are clean, they say why are you running? Move it, don't run. Why are you running? It's all right. Let's wait. 2027 not far from here. Some will say no siphon funds. Yeah, say he has the right to have properties before he became governor, while he's the governor, and after he's the governor. But there's something we call declaration of asset. As you win election, you would tell the country waiting you get when you dey enter office. Right? So if not 200 million you get when you dey enter office, as you dey come office, your full allowance and payment at that period, let's say not pass another 500 million. But by the time you dey comot, you don't get 10 billion. It is only normal that we ask to say how far. Here you say 9.8 billion, add your 200 million what you get before you enter office. But now you are telling us not to question you. Wow. Are you sure your hands are clean, Mr. Governor? Because I like you. I believe say you dey work, even though sometimes you dey do like woman. I believe say you dey work small to the power, to the best of your ability. But why are you saying they should not check you? Excellency. Are you sure that all those things when wetin be this former governorship aspirant name when he point some this thing for the budget that time when they take do deputy governor office and buy some cars, why they forget him name all of a sudden? Anyway, that man wey we suppose vote, the only problem say not the labour party. Are you sure the things he was pointing at that time, are you sure they are not really true? Yeah, because he talk about some money when I want to buy lampoda, when I take buy motor, when I take buy electric rechargeable fans, wey on it hundreds of millions and billions, and then you come and tell us that it's a mistake based on writing and some other things. Are you sure that all those money that time una never really shock you? No wahala, we are here, we are watching you, na family problem, we go wash am.